Hello, and welcome back our English Skills channel. I'm really glad you're here today. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever felt like you're working hard, doing your best, but somehow the right opportunities just don't come your way? Maybe you've studied, improved your skills, stayed disciplined, and yet it feels like something is missing. Here's the truth that many people realize too late. Success is not just about what you know. It's also about who you connect with. Not in a fake way, not in a manipulative way, but in a real, human way. Today, we're going to explore something powerful, something that can quietly change your life over time. The power of networking. And don't worry, this is not about being extroverted, loud, or salesy. This is about building genuine relationships, the kind that open doors you didn't even know existed. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may start seeing people and opportunities very differently. Part 1. What networking really means, and what it doesn't. When people hear the word networking, they often imagine awkward conversations, business cards, forced smiles, or people trying too hard to impress. And honestly, that's why many people avoid it. But real networking is not about collecting contacts. It's about building trust over time. Think about this. In your life, when did you feel most supported? Was it because of a random stranger, or someone who knew you, understood you, and believed in you? That's networking. At its core, networking means creating meaningful connections with people, where both sides bring value to each other. Not immediately, not perfectly, but gradually. Here's where many people get it wrong. They focus on, what can I get? But strong networks are built on a different question. How can I help? Because people remember how you make them feel. They remember your attitude, your sincerity, your consistency. And over time, those small interactions become something powerful. A conversation becomes a connection. A connection becomes trust, and trust becomes opportunity. Another important truth. Networking is not about knowing important people. It's about becoming someone worth knowing. That means being reliable, being curious, being respectful, and being genuinely interested in others. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need perfect English. You don't need a big title. You just need to show up as a real person. Because in the end, people don't connect with perfection. They connect with authenticity. And that is where real networking begins. Part 2. Why networking changes your life beyond skills. Let's be honest for a moment. Most people are taught to believe one thing. If I work hard enough, if I become good enough, success will come. It sounds logical. It feels fair. But in real life, that's only part of the story. Because opportunities don't just appear. They move through people. Think about it. Jobs are often filled before they are even posted. Projects are given to people who are trusted. Opportunities are shared in conversations, not announcements. And that's where networking becomes powerful. Not because it replaces your skills, but because it connects your skills to the right moments. You might be talented, but if no one knows you, your talent stays invisible. On the other hand, someone with average skills but strong relationships often gets more chances to grow. That may not seem fair, but it is real. And once you understand this, You stop seeing networking as optional. You start seeing it as essential. 1. The hidden advantage of connections. Networking gives you access to things you cannot Google. Insights before they become public. Advice from real experience. Honest feedback. Opportunities that are never announced. These are things that no course, no book, no degree can fully give you, because they come from people, not systems. And here's something even deeper. Networking doesn't just change your opportunities. It changes your thinking. When you surround yourself with driven, positive, and thoughtful people, you begin to grow naturally. Your standards rise. Your mindset expands. Your confidence builds without forcing it. 2. From isolation to connection. Many people try to succeed alone. They study alone, work alone, struggle alone, and slowly. They feel stuck, not because they are not capable, but because they are disconnected. Now imagine the opposite. You have people you can ask, people who guide you, people who open small doors for you. Suddenly progress becomes faster, clearer, more human. That's the quiet power of networking. 3. A simple truth. Most people ignore. Your next opportunity will likely come from a person. Not a website, not an algorithm. A person. Someone who remembers you. Someone who trusts you. Someone who thinks, I know someone perfect for this. And in that moment, your name comes up. That moment doesn't happen by accident. It is built through conversations, through consistency, through connection. So if you've been focusing only on improving yourself, that's good. But now it's time to do something more powerful. Start connecting your growth with people. Because success is not a solo journey. It never was. Part 3. The biggest networking mistakes and how to avoid them naturally. Before we talk about how to network well, we need to understand why many people fail at it. Because the truth is, networking doesn't feel hard until it feels uncomfortable. And that discomfort usually comes from doing it the wrong way. Mistake 1. Trying to impress instead of connect. Many people think networking means showing how good they are. So they try to sound smart. They talk too much. They try to prove their value quickly. But here's the problem. People are not looking to be impressed. They are looking to feel understood. When you focus on impressing, you create distance. When you focus on listening, you create connection. A simple shift can change everything. Instead of thinking, what should I say to sound impressive? Try asking, what can I ask to understand this person better? Because good networking is not about talking more. It's about listening better. Mistake 2. Expecting immediate results. This is one of the most common traps. Someone meets a new person and quickly thinks, can this person help me? Is this useful for me? If the answer is not immediate, they lose interest. But real networking doesn't work like that. It's not fast. It's not transactional. It's long-term. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't plant today and expect results tomorrow. You water, you care, you stay consistent. And over time, something grows. The strongest connections are often the ones that had no expectations in the beginning. Mistake 3. Only reaching out when you need something. This one is subtle, but powerful. Some people disappear and only come back when they need help. And others can feel it immediately. It doesn't feel genuine. it feels like being used. Strong relationships are built in the quiet moments, not just in moments of need. A simple message like, "Hey, I saw something that reminded me of you," or "How have you been lately?" can build more trust than asking for help at the last minute. Mistake 4. Thinking you have nothing to offer. Many people hesitate to connect because they think, "I'm not experienced enough. I'm not successful yet. I don't have anything valuable." But value is not only about status. You can offer a fresh perspective, genuine support, appreciation, curiosity, energy. Sometimes just being a good listener is already rare and valuable. Never underestimate that. Mistake 5. Being fake or too polished. People can feel it. When someone is not real, when they try too hard, when everything sounds perfect, it creates a barrier. You don't need to be perfect to connect. You need to be honest. It's okay to say, "I'm still learning. I'm trying to improve. I'm not sure, but I'm curious." That kind of honesty builds trust faster than pretending to know everything. A better way to think about networking. Let's simplify everything into one idea. Networking is not about strategy. It's about relationships. And relationships grow when you listen, you care, you stay consistent, you show up as yourself. No tricks, no shortcuts, just human connection. If you avoid these common mistakes, you're already ahead of most people. And the best part? You don't have to change who you are. You just need to connect in a more thoughtful way. Part 4. How to start networking. Even if you're shy or unsure. At this point, you understand something important. Networking is not about being loud, not about being perfect, not about being someone else. But still, one question remains. Where do I even begin? Especially if you're shy, or unsure, or afraid of saying the wrong thing. Let's make this simple and real. 1. Start small. You don't need a big move. Most people think networking means attending big events, talking to strangers, or stepping into uncomfortable situations. But that's not where it has to begin. Start with what you already have. Look around your life. Classmates, colleagues, old friends, online communities. You already have a network. You just haven't used it intentionally. Send a simple message. "Hey, it's been a while. How are you doing?" That's it. No pressure, no agenda. Just a human connection. 2. User curiosity as your strength. If you don't know what to say, you don't need to talk more. You need to ask better. People enjoy talking about their experiences, their work, their journey. You can ask, "What got you into this field? What do you enjoy most about what you do? What challenges are you facing right now?" These are simple questions, but they open meaningful conversations. And when you listen carefully, people feel respected. That's where connection begins. 3. Online networking, your quiet advantage. Here's something powerful. You don't need to be in the same room to connect. Platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, or even Facebook allow you to connect in a more comfortable way, especially if you're not naturally outgoing. You can comment thoughtfully on someone's post, share useful ideas, send a short, respectful message. For example, I really liked your post about this topic. I learned something new. Thank you for sharing. That alone can start a connection. No pressure, no performance, just value. 4. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to talk to 100 people. You just need to connect with a few consistently. Networking is not about doing a lot in one day. It's about doing a little regularly. One message, one conversation, one follow-up. Over time, these small actions become a strong network. 5. Follow up, the most underrated skill. Most people forget this step. They have a good conversation and then disappear. But real connection grows after the first interaction. A simple follow-up can make a big difference. It was great talking with you earlier. I really appreciated your perspective. That shows respect. That shows intention. And most importantly, that shows you care. 6. Don't wait until you feel ready. Here's the truth. You may never feel 100% ready. There will always be some doubt, some hesitation. But networking is a skill you build by doing, not by waiting. Start small. Stay real. Keep going. Because in the end, the people you connect with today may become part of your future in ways you cannot predict. Part 5. How to build strong, long-term relationships. Starting a conversation is easy, but turning that conversation into a real relationship, that's where the true power of networking lies. Because opportunities don't come from one interaction. They come from trust built over time. 1. Focus on depth, not just numbers. Many people think a strong network means knowing a lot of people. But that's not entirely true. You don't need hundreds of connections. You need a few meaningful ones. Because when the time comes, people don't recommend someone they barely know. They recommend someone they trust. So instead of asking, "How many people do I know?" ask, "How well do I know them? And how well do they know me?" Depth always wins over quantity. 2. Be someone people can rely on. Trust is not built through big moments. It's built through small, consistent actions. Reply when you say you will. Show up on time. Keep your word. Follow through. These may seem simple, but they are rare. And because they are rare, they become powerful. Over time, people begin to associate you with one thing: reliability. And reliability builds reputation. 3. Give without expecting immediate return. This is one of the strongest principles in networking. If you only help when you expect something back, people will feel it. But when you give freely, advice, support, information, encouragement, you create something deeper. Goodwill. Maybe nothing happens immediately, but later, when an opportunity appears, people remember you because you were helpful when you didn't have to be. 4. Stay in touch. Without being forced. You don't need to message people every day, but don't disappear either. Strong relationships stay alive through small touch points. A short message. A shared article. A simple check-in. "Hey, I saw this and thought of you." That's enough. It shows attention. It shows sincerity. And most importantly, it keeps the connection alive. 5. Be interested, not just interesting. A lot of people try to be impressive, but what people truly appreciate is feeling seen and heard. Ask about their progress. Remember small details. Celebrate their wins. When someone feels valued in your presence, they will naturally value the connection with you. 6. Build a reputation, not just relationships. Over time, your network begins to see you in a certain way. Maybe as the person who is always helpful, the one who is thoughtful, the one who brings positive energy, the one who follows through. That reputation becomes your silent advantage. You don't need to promote yourself constantly. People will speak for you when you're not in the room. 7. A powerful truth. Strong networks are not built quickly. They are built quietly, through time, through consistency, through genuine care. And one day, without warning, those relationships begin to return value in ways you never expected. So don't rush it, don't force it, just build it, one real connection at a time. Part 6. How networking turns into real opportunities. Up to now, we've talked about connection, trust, and consistency. But you might still be wondering, when does networking actually lead to real results? The answer is subtle. Opportunities don't usually arrive with a big announcement. They don't say, "This is your moment, get ready." Instead, they appear quietly. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss them. 1. Opportunities often look small. At first, many people expect big chances, a dream job, a major breakthrough, a life-changing offer. But in reality, opportunities often begin as something small. A simple conversation, a recommendation, a short project, a casual introduction. At first, they may not seem important, but these small openings can lead to bigger paths. The key is this: don't underestimate small beginnings, because behind them, there is often trust. 2. People create opportunities for people. They trust. Let's be clear. When someone shares an opportunity with you, they are also taking a risk. Their reputation is involved. So they ask themselves, can I trust this person? Will they handle this well? Will they represent me positively? This is why relationships matter, because when trust is strong, people feel comfortable opening doors for you. Not because you asked, but because they believe in you. 3. Be ready before the moment comes. Here's something many people overlook. Networking creates opportunities, but preparation allows you to use them. Imagine this. Someone recommends you for something important, but you're not ready, not confident, not prepared. That opportunity may pass quickly. So while you're building connections, you must also continue improving yourself. Skills and networking are not separate. They work together. Networking brings the chance. Skills help you keep it. 4. Recognizing the right moments. Not every opportunity is obvious. Sometimes it looks like someone asking for your opinion, someone inviting you into a small project, someone introducing you to another person. These are signals that you are being trusted and included. When you notice these moments, treat them with care. Be present, be professional, be reliable. Because small moments often lead to bigger ones. 5. Your name in the right room. One of the most powerful outcomes of networking is something you don't see. Your name being mentioned in a room you're not in. Someone says, "I know someone who can do this." And they think of you. That moment is powerful because it means your reputation has reached beyond you. And that only happens when you've built real relationships. You've shown consistency. You've created trust. 6. A simple but important shift. Stop asking, "How do I find opportunities?" Start asking, "How do I become someone people think of when opportunities appear?" That shift changes everything, because now you're not chasing opportunities, you're attracting them through who you are and how you connect. 7. Final thought for this part. Opportunities are not random. They are often the result of conversations you had months ago, help you gave without expecting anything, trust you built slowly over time. So be patient. Keep showing up. Keep connecting. Keep improving. Because when the moment comes, it often comes quietly. Part 7. Making networking a natural part of your life. At this point, you've seen networking from many angles, not as a trick, not as a shortcut, but as something deeper, more human. Now the final step is this. Make it part of who you are. Not something you do sometimes, but something you live every day. 1. Shift from networking to connecting. The word networking can feel heavy, strategic, calculated, even uncomfortable. So let's change the perspective. You are not networking. You are connecting with people. That's it. You're having conversations. You're learning about others. You're sharing your journey. When you see it this way, everything becomes more natural. 2. Build a habit of reaching out. Connection should not be random. It should be a small habit, not something big or difficult. Just simple, consistent actions. Send one message a day. Comment on something meaningful. Check in with someone once a week. These small habits, over time, create a powerful network. Without pressure, without stress. 3. See people as people, not opportunists. This is one of the most important mindsets. If you see people only as opportunities, you will always feel disconnected. But when you see people as individuals, with stories, struggles, and goals, you connect on a different level. And ironically, that's when opportunities come more naturally, because people trust those who genuinely care. 4. Be patient with the process. We live in a fast world. Everyone wants quick results, instant success. But networking doesn't work that way. It grows slowly, quietly, sometimes invisibly. There may be moments when you feel like nothing is happening, but something is happening. You are building trust. You are building presence. You are building reputation. And one day, it shows. 5. Keep your character strong. Skills may open doors, but character keeps them open. As your network grows, your reputation becomes more important. Stay honest, respectful, consistent, humble. Because in the long run, people don't remember everything you said. They remember how you made them feel. 6. You don't need to change who you are. Let's end this idea clearly. You don't need to become someone else to network well. You don't need to be louder, or more extroverted, or more perfect. You just need to be real, respectful, and consistent. That's enough. 7. A final perspective. Think about your future for a moment. The life you want, the work you want, the growth you want. Now understand this. You will not get there alone, and you're not supposed to, because behind every success story, there are always people. Mentors, friends, colleagues, supporters. So instead of trying to do everything by yourself, start building those connections today. If this message gave you a new perspective, even a small one, then take one simple action today. Reach out to someone. Start a conversation. Reconnect. Because your next opportunity might begin with a simple message. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. We create content not just to inspire, but to help you grow, step by step, in real life. Thank you for spending this time here, and I'll see you in the next video.